Good evening. My name is Mike Dare, and I am the principal of Hopewell Valley Central High School. I would like to begin this evening's program by extending a warm welcome to our staff members in attendance who will be helping us with the presentation of our academic awards. The academic awards will be presented to over 100 students this evening for outstanding achievement in various academic areas. These areas include regional, state, and national competitions, as well as distinctive academic accomplishments such as the prestigious individual awards, including the National Merit Finalist and Commended Students, and recognition of the top 10 students in grades 10, 11, and 12 at Central High School. Now, I would like to take a moment to introduce our staff members who are present this evening. First, a member of our Visual and Performing Arts Department at the high school, and our 2011-2012 Governor's Recognition Teacher of the Year Award winner for Central High School, Dr. Robert O'Boyle. This is the 5th year of a tradition that was started at Central High School in 2007, in which we will have our Governor's Recognition Teacher of the Year Award winner speak at the Academic Awards program. Therefore, in just a few minutes, Dr. O'Boyle will be sharing a few words with you as our keynote speaker. The following staff members are also present and will be participating in this evening's program by helping with the reading of names and the presentation of awards at this, our annual Academic Awards night. They are Vice Principals Dr. Ida Cheridia and Mr. Lindell Davis. Business Education Teacher Mrs. Suzanne Brown. She has a fan over there. Special Education Teachers Miss Jillian Darcy and Mrs. Ali Scarola. A member of our Social Studies Department, Mr. Paul Takis. A member of our English Department, Ms. Terry Solomon. A first-year science teacher at the high school, Ms. Kate Mercurio. A business teacher, Mr. Aaron Oldfield. And finally, a member of our mathematics department, Mr. Adam Schrager. I would also like to take this time to welcome our parents and family members in attendance and thank you for not only coming out this evening in support of your student, but also for the help and encouragement that you give to our scholars here at Hopewell Valley Central High School as they strive for excellence, both in the classroom and through their involvement in our school and community activities. I am sure that we would all agree that the successes shared by many of our students is a tribute to both their hard work, perseverance, and dedication and caring support from family members and the teaching staff at Central High School. And finally, our honored students. When your teachers and parents told you to work hard in school and strive for excellence, you listened to those heartfelt words and applied yourself to your studies in such a manner that you have reached not only a high level of accomplishment here at Central High School, but many of you have reached the pinnacle of achievement that allows you to compare yourselves to some of our nation's best and brightest students. I applaud you for your commitment to excellence, which has afforded you the opportunity to be recognized this evening. But at the same time, it is my hope that you will continue to challenge yourself and the world around you by taking those academic challenges from this day forward with the same dedication and zeal that you have demonstrated thus far. Without question, Central High School is a truly outstanding educational institution. Highly competitive standardized test scores on both state and national assessments, numerous student acceptances to some of our nation's very best colleges and universities, and individual student achievements are all measurable means by which we can compare ourselves to some of the nation's very best high schools. With that in mind, the students being recognized this evening should take great pride in knowing that you are truly outstanding, accomplished scholars with boundless potential for future successes. In closing, I would like to use a quote from Henry Ford, who once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are usually right." Students, it is my sincere hope that you will move forward from this evening with the belief that you can. It is also my hope that you will continue to develop your own individual talents by using the same determination, perseverance, and commitment to excellence that has brought you recognition here this evening, and continue to apply that in everything that you do. You are bright, talented, and high achieving. And it will always be a belief that there is nothing that should stand between you and success as you set those lofty goals and work to achieve them. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening and our 2011-2012 Governor's Recognition Teacher of the Year, Dr. Robert O'Boyle.
Good evening to all. I wish to extend my congratulations to all those being recognized this evening for their achievements, as well as to their families, friends, and school community for what you have done to make these notable awards possible. Lauded students, because of what your accomplishments mean to us, you are viewed as the movers and the shakers. You're the leaders. Well, folks, that was the easy part. Here come the 3 points where I throw down the gauntlet. The brunt of the speech, the content is my opinion solely and does not necessarily represent the views of the school board, or the community. See, disclaimers really give you a little bit of liberty. First, I would like everyone to consider the condition associated with the waning role of patriotism in our lives. For those of us blessed to be Americans, we have immeasurable gifts and liberties, which are the result of the vision, faith, labors, and sacrifices of our forefathers, and are likewise the product of the sacrifices, fortitude, nurturance of countless generations of women and men. There is not a soul seated here that has not benefited from some aspect of the American dream, and from those preserving and protecting it. Look at the international immigration statistics. More people wish to come to this great land with all its gifts, rights, and liberty, as well as its imperfections, than all other nations combined. America is not perfect, but it does permit and encourage the rare practices of self-scrutiny, truly democratic elections, and a system of checks and balances. How many nations permit its people to vote, to select and practice a career of choice, to criticize the ruling party, to publish freely, to permit and protect diverse ideologies, receive a public education, and to reap benefits regardless of gender, age, race, or creed. Secondly, where is the widespread practice of manners and social grace? We as individuals make first impressions, and sometimes the most indelible ones, the public and the private display of how we carry ourselves, meet and greet others, and act socially. We can learn from the early astrologers who proved that we are not the center of the universe, and none of us is the epicenter of the world. Mass media, Madison Avenue advertisers, and practitioners of selfish commercialism are always asking you if you are happy, and if you aren't completely happy, additional purchases of iPhones, downloads, the newest pad, driving a better status car, wearing some elusive and exclusive designer clothing, electing vanity cosmetic surgery will make you appear more attractive, more intelligent, more sophisticated, and propel you among the elite and the beautiful. Guess what? That's just a lost labyrinth, and it's full of lies, and perhaps it's the product of the selfish engagement of myopia. Recognize the humanity surrounding us. exercise good manners, do good works, and think about what we can do to positively contribute to the betterment of our families, community, and impact others in nurturing and positive manners. No act of kindness is ever wasted. If you have the time to repeatedly ask yourself if you're happy or you moan about being bored or not entertained or you simply complain regularly, stop. Inhale a deep breath and refocus your energies to spotlight helping others. Start with yourself and your immediate circle. Don't lie to yourself and live off that token Friday evening experience where you volunteered in the soup kitchen 3 years ago or washed cars as a fundraiser. Frankly, that's ancient history. Let's ask ourselves, what are we doing now? Do we make any personal sacrifices to develop and strengthen our character? Do we practice a moral and ethical life, or do we keep silent so we don't alienate others by doing the right thing that may cause them a little discomfort? Are we responsible stewards to our natural resources, and what do we do to preserve our liberties in our homeland? Are threatened natural resources and safeguard valuable ecosystems? Do we lead by example indeed, or do we build bridges to connect or walls to separate? And lastly, allow yourself to have moments, minutes, and perhaps hours of real, conscious silence in your lives. Yes, silence. Turn off and power down your Xbox, Android, BlackBerry, iPod, iPad, MP3 player. Don't Twitter, chat, email, Skype, text, watch videos, TVs, movies, downloads, the whole kit and caboodle. And allow yourself real periods of silence when you are not gaming, communicating, or watching anything other than the inside of your eyelids, or perhaps the beauty of nature around you. Listen, what is your inner voice trying to tell you? The quiet time and the opportunities it can offer will empower you. You can listen to your soul, pray, meditate, think about the good things, consider how to improve things that need resolution, tap and nurture your imagination, dream, expand upon what you have learned, and free yourself from the tenacious talons of a new addiction. Can you believe that psychologists and therapists are now treating people with a new disorder? It's a separation anxiety that causes discomfort from being physically separated from one's laptop, emails, earbuds, phones, etc. What does that really say about us? The good news is that we still can address these challenges and reap the rewards. I personally guarantee that for each one that you devote some real, earnest effort and time, the quality of your life will improve, and you may affect others in a positive manner. I've made a challenge. Leave your comfort zone, and let's move forward together. Thank you.
Our first presenter this evening of awards is Doc O'Boyle, who will be, again, our first presenter. Students, reminder, when your name is called, just please come up on the stage to your right and exit that same way when your name is called.
Thank you. Please hold your applause till all the names are announced. The Daughters of the American Revolution. These following students are all state winners in the Junior American Citizens Committee Contest, General David Foreman Penelope Hart Chapter. The theme for these postage stamps winners was Enhance the Present. The 11 students that I will read at the end not only won the state, they also won the national awards. The third place winners are John King, Connor Kolb, Kate McCarthy, Michelle Miller, Kira Olander, Michael Robbins, Colin Russell, and Dominic Vetri. The second place winners are Haley Bezier, Jessica Baya.
We should bring those up.
Okay.
Could we announce the third place winners?
Sure. Those are the third place winners?
Yeah, they could come up. Ask them.
Yeah. Please come forward.
Those students, please come forward.
Okay, sure. I thought they were doing that. The second place winners are Haley Bazier, Jessica Beyer, Natalie Brodeen, Madeline Connett, Danielle Deering, Marissa Fernandez, Nicole Gifford, Annalise Holosi, and Lane Meyer. Please come down. And our first place winners and also national winners are Hannah Bowers, Megan Clem, Mark Freeland, Annalise Holosi, Deborah Kane, Kelsey McClintock, Sarah B. McDade, Mia Mummert, Richard Sigolino, Hannah Solomon, and Emma Waltman.
Our next presenters from our Special Education Department, Ms. Darcy and Mrs. Scarola.
The Phoenix Award is for a student who has demonstrated academic progress and has made notable improvements in motivation and attitude toward school. The award is given to a student who best exemplifies how to meet challenges and utilize available resources to overcome those challenges.
When I met this individual 3 years ago, I encountered a quiet, shy young man with reservations about his academic abilities. What a privilege it's been to watch his progress as he's matured greatly in all aspects of his life. This young man will work as hard as necessary to ensure his success. He always seeks help when necessary and always advocates for himself. He does not succumb to peer pressure and never shies away from doing what's right. This young man has the natural ability to motivate his peers by having the courage to ask questions others are only thinking. His initiative in asking these provocative questions has been invaluable to the class as a whole and to his own intellectual development. He understands that he works at a different pace than most students. His work ethic is such that he will not submit a paper or project until it reflects his very best effort. All of his work is thoughtful and insightful. As time has passed, it has become increasingly clear to us that while this young man is an exemplary student, he is also an outstanding human being. He has shown leadership qualities not only in the classroom, but in the outside activities in which he participates. He is a promising and dedicated student, and we feel he will be a great asset to Rutgers University. It is with much pride and great excitement that we present this year's Phoenix Award to Brendan Keene.
Our next presenter, a member of our English department, Ms. Terry Solomon.
Good evening. I had prepared some remarks that I'm going to abandon. One, because I can't see them. The lights are very bright. But also because something very serendipitous happened tonight. I was driving here from Hopewell Borough and I had the radio in my car on to NPR. And my ears pricked up when I heard the announcer say they were interviewing someone from Hopewell, New Jersey. The person that they were interviewing is named Peter Brown. And he graduated from Hopewell Valley in 1997, I believe. He was a student of Dr. O'Boyle's and a student of mine, and he is now a nationally recognized and award-winning children's book author and illustrator. And what was so serendipitous about this was driving to this event. I was just thrilled to hear Peter's interview and hear his voice. He was a wonderful person then. He's a wonderful person now. He worked hard. He had great talent. But talent is cheap. Talent is what you were born with. Peter did something with his. And I was thinking about all the students who are here tonight who were born with gifts. No credit to them, just the luck of the draw. But who have nurtured those gifts and made something of themselves, and they have every right to be proud. And so it's my privilege tonight to honor those students, artists and writers, on their first publication, and most likely for many of them not their last. But there's nothing like your first. We had 31 students publish artwork and poetry and short stories in the county literary magazine Aspirations. In her poem Definition of Fate, sophomore Taylor Goodisman writes that fate can be an unexplainable fortune, another chance deserved. Taylor, with all these other student artists and writers, earned their good fortune through their hard work. Aspirations showcases the best work from all the county high schools. These 30 students who were published this year, 31 actually, who were published this year, they were a record number for Hopewell Valley and by far more than any other high school in Mercer County, by far. And we should be very proud of them and our art and English departments for nurturing their talents. It's my pleasure to call up to the stage, and please come as your name is called, the following students: Aaron Amantia, Scott Brown, Shelby Butler, Katie Sirianni Jones, Sophia Davis, Danielle Deering, Rohan Galgali, Eleanor Goldgar, Sean Gunther, Taylor Gutzman, Kara Hageman, Kristen Hagedis, Mandy Lee, Thomas Lehman-Borer, Lane Meyer, Michelle Miller, Haley Morin. We're going to catch our breath here. You're going to have to line them up on the other side here. We got a lot. We left off with Haley. Haley Morin. Maddie Nieder, Ben New, Russell Nicholson, come on down. Maddie Nicolao, Kiara Nodari, Casey Parrott, Hank Piper, Charlotte Prudhomme, Julia Wrench, William Rich, Sophia Rosenthal, Hannah Solomon, and last, Justine Thompson. Kate Fletcher, are you out there? I'm so sorry. Kate Fletcher. Anyone else I missed? I'm sorry, Kate. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our 31 aspirations winners. Congratulations. It's tricky here maneuvering the certificates when you have 31 of them coming at you at once. Thanks, students, for being so patient with us. Next, a member of our Social Studies Department, Mr. Takis.
Good evening. This past February, our Model United Nations Club participated in a national conference in Philadelphia simply called Philadelphia Model United Nations. Our club was recognized with the Outstanding Large Delegation Award, which essentially means we placed second out of the 17 schools that were in attendance. We also had 8 individuals be recognized for awards, but in order to be recognized as a school, every single student needs to stand out in their committee. That means our students sponsored resolutions. They stood out in debate, and they showed that they were real leaders in their committees. I think this award was rewarding for everybody, but especially for our upperclassmen. Our upperclassmen have the task of teaching the younger students parliamentary procedure, spending countless nights editing resolution papers, and preparing the students for public speaking. So I think it was really rewarding for our upperclassmen, and it was a great way for our seniors to end their Model UN career. I would like to call up the 26 students who attended Philadelphia Model United Nations, so please come up. Hold applause to the end when I call your name. Ian Archibald. Alessandra Demore. Alan Dunn. Shalaka Fadnis. Forrest Gifford. Nicole Gifford, who also won Best Position Paper. Adriana Gill. Sean Gunther. Eric Heinzel, who was also recognized as a distinguished delegate. Molly Hunt. Prachi Joshi. Erin Kelly. Sarah Kuhn. Isabella Leon. Nick Lewis, who was also recognized as a Best Delegate. Scott Melman, who was awarded Best Position Paper. David Milner. Stephen Milner, who was also recognized as a Best Delegate. Sarah Matrano, who was also awarded a Best Delegate. Haley Morin, who was also awarded Best Delegate. Alex Patrick. Rohit Purandare. I practiced that all day. Dan Sheikh, who was also recognized as a distinguished delegate. Pooja Shiva Prasad. Michelle Wan. And finally, Zach Williams. Congratulations to all of those who participated at Philadelphia Model United Nations.
Another round of applause for our students from the Model United Nations Club. We'll slow down just for a second, give all those students a chance to return to their seats. Every year, Channel 6 ABC out of Philadelphia recognizes the best of the class of students throughout the tri-state area, which takes in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, the Philadelphia area in particular, and Delaware. They recognize the best of the class from all those high schools that take in that area, and they are the most outstanding students that are chosen by those schools, and they are recognized at a special day which now takes place at Drexel University in Philadelphia. I am proud to announce that this year's best of the class, this year's senior class, who was recently recognized by Channel 6 ABC as the best of the class at Hopewell Valley Central High School, is Hannah Hirsch. Hannah, please come forward. I'll say this, I don't know if I'll embarrass her, but her big sister's sitting in the front row of the audience, and she was recognized a few years ago by Channel 6 as the best of the class that year. Big sister Sarah's right in the front. Every year, the Trentonian, one newspaper, of course, that comes out of the Trenton area, recognizes students in 3 areas for academic achievement. Those areas are filtered into the categories of community service, academics, and athletics. So these are outstanding students from local high schools who are recognized again in the areas of community service, academics, and athletics. This year's Trentonian Academic Award winner in the area of community service is Jacob Kamens Esikoff. Jacob? In the area of academics, Hannah Hirsch. And finally, in the area of athletics, Sean Clay. Our next presenter for this evening is Mr. Aaron Oldfield.
Good evening, everyone. DECA is a component of the Marketing Education Program. Membership in DECA is open to all students who are enrolled in state-approved marketing education programs, including business and management. DECA prepares emerging leaders and entrepreneurs for careers in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management in high schools and colleges all around the world. This year, we had 60 students compete in the first round or regionals in Edison, New Jersey. Out of that, 24 of those students qualified for the state competition down at Cherry Hill. Out of these 24 students, the following 4 were finalists, or in essence, the top 8 in their respective events. Noah Gordon for Human Resources, Alec Piacente for Food Marketing, William Hellworth for Retail Merchandising, and Carly Bruno, who I believe is not here tonight, also for Retail Merchandising.
Thank you, Mr. Oldfield. Next, also a member of our business department, Mrs. Suzanne Brown.
Good evening, everyone. The FBLA National Awards Program recognizes and rewards excellence in a broad range of business and career-related areas. As a new teacher, I was honored to be asked to be the advisor for Central High School's new FBLA organization. Our plan was simple: gather some student members, ramp up slowly, and then get really busy next year when we knew what we were doing. Well, 6 weeks after our first meeting, the students we are honoring tonight were on stage as finalists at the New Jersey State Leadership Conference. Through the state-based competition in the spring, the students competed in events testing their business knowledge and skills. Top state winners are then eligible to compete for honors at the National Leadership Conference each summer. This year, the following students qualified in their respective events and will attend the National Leadership Conference held in late June. These are, for business ethics, Noah Gordon and Eric Heinzel. And for emerging business issues, Kyle Fisher and Shrey Taneja.
Next, a member of our science department, Ms. Kate Mercurio.
Good evening. Conqueror of the Hill is an annual applied engineering, technology, and science competition for all students taking physics. Students spend many hours designing and building a vehicle made from common household items that will climb a plywood hill and complete tasks at the top of the hill. This year's challenge included retrieving a Velcro ball from the hill, depositing erasers into a PVC cap, and depositing bottle-tossed rings on a wooden dowel. During the competition, 2 teams challenge each other on the same hill. The winners advance and continue competing until only one winning team remains. The students' success in this competition depends on creativity and design, innovative use of materials, persistent testing, modification, and retesting, and outstanding collaboration. This year's winning group of girls excelled in all these areas. I'm pleased to present this award to the following 3 young women. Janet Dana. Michaela Cavalli. And Sharia Rane.
Our next presenter is a member of our mathematics department, Mr. Adam Schrager.
Thank you, Mr. Dare. Last July, the American Statistical Association presented their awards for a video competition. The theme of the videos was promoting the practice and profession of statistics. It was a competition for statistics-themed videos that was open to pretty much anybody. First place was tied among 3 schools: Harvard University, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and Hopewell Valley Central High School of Pennington, New Jersey. It gets better. Among the many, many dozen, whatever it was, 100 videos received, there was also 6 honorable mentions. Iowa State University, American University, 2 videos submitted by professionals in the field, and the only 2 schools that were recognized twice, Harvard University and Hopewell Valley Central High School of Pennington, New Jersey. This is a really easy crowd. The videos were shown at the American Statistical Association annual meeting in Miami to a cheering throng of 500 statisticians. Now, my colleague, whom I have a lot of respect for, Terry Solomon, came up here a few minutes ago and said talent is cheap. I wish I had this kind of talent. And rather than speak anymore, we're going to show you the video that won the Honorable Mention Award.
No matter if you love T or capital GOF, just take your calc out, because you were born to take stats, baby. In September, Mr. Schrager said, stats is not a math class. Told us medians and averages, they are not the same thing. There's nothing wrong with math statistics, said, cause it makes us not afraid. So hold on to your TI-83, listen to me when I say, want to test the line using their teeth, got multiple variables to compare. Use chi-square. That's where take our friends. Calculate you should switch to stats. just make it blind. Whether it's blocked or stratified, your mu pi p, your sigma squared, your variance, your intercept. Whether you fail pre-calculus or math is not your best subject, forget about all that nonsense, cause baby, you were born for stats. Teasing is not the bullshit and rag on me. We're gonna get files, baby, we were born to reject. No matter top on the two, we come on false or true. We're gonna get files, baby, stats is so fun to do. I'm gonna point around, condition satisfied. Let's take a run, no beginning to claim contract. Conditions don't forget, just memorizing yourself. We're gonna get files, baby, we were born to take stats. Oh, there ain't no all that, that I love is not that. Baby, I was born to take stats. Oh, there ain't no all that, that I love is not that. Gonna get files, baby, we were born to take stats. We were born to take stats. We were born to take stats. We're gonna get files, baby, we were born to take stats. We were born to take stats. We were born to take stats. We're gonna get files, baby, we were born to take stats.
Well, hopefully Alan Falcone is not stuck in a locker somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the honorable mention in 2001 American Statistical Association National Video Competition, Ali Falcone, Marianne Kent, Eleanor Turry, and Hannah Wasserman. Give it up.
Mr. Traeger is always a tough act to follow. Congratulations, girls. Every year across the United States, students are recognized as National Merit Scholars. They may be National Merit Commended students, semifinalists, or finalists in the National Merit Qualifying Test given every year, as I mentioned, throughout the United States. These students who reach that level of extremely high academic achievement are among the highest scoring that we are recognizing this evening in the state of New Jersey on the 2010 PSAT National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. They were among the top 50,000 students who took the test in the fall of 2010. About two-thirds of those 34,000 will reach the level of commended students, and one-third of them will reach the level of National Merit finalists. I'd like to bring up and recognize our National Merit finalists from the class of 2012, Hannah Hirsch and Scott Melman. And now our National Merit Commended Scholars. John Brentz. If you, again, hold your applause till we get all of our students up on stage. Jacob Kamens Esakov. Alan Dunn. Rohan Gagali. Maggie Kent. David Kilstein. Sarah Kuhn. There's Sarah. Caitlin McFarland. Kenan Meyer. Sarah Matrano. Gus Mondal. Shane Moore. Benjamin Steinberg. Mark Tenji. And finally, Gayatri Tumala. As we get Gayatri here, how about one more round of applause for our National Merit finalists and commended students. Thank you, students. As everyone, this is our final presentations for this evening. As most of you probably know by now, if you have students in the high school, that we do not rank students at Hopewell Valley Central High School, and I'm often asked the reason why. And at a school with high-achieving students like we have, it would actually work as a disadvantage to our students if we ranked our students during the college selection process. So we do not rank or publish our rankings for our students. But we do take one night out of the year to recognize top 10 students in grades 10, 11, and 12. This is a one-time only. We just do it once a year. So I'm going to ask that the students will start with sophomores. These are our top 10 sophomores currently. We'll read all their names and we'll ask you to come up together. These are our sophomores. Annie Bancroft. Again, if you hold your applause, please. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that. Dee Dee Genna. Brandon Liu. Michelle Miller. Haley Marin. Michaela Murr. Russell Nicholson. Lisa Palakaran. I practiced that one all day. I hope I got it right. John Quinlan. And Roger Toussaint. And since we do not rank our students, I will now alert you to the fact that they were brought up in alphabetical order. Congratulations to our top 10 sophomores. Congratulations. Our juniors, in alphabetical order, Nigel Bates. There's Nigel. Scott Brown. Lauren Gilmore. Megan Hill. Molly Hunt. Ryan Kaczynski. Maya Miller. Michaela Quavali. Melissa Rowood. And Hannah Solomon. One more nice round of applause for our juniors. Thank you. And finally, members of this year's graduating class, the class of 2012, our seniors, Catherine Babecki, Andrew Crivelli, Morgan Greenewald, Hannah Hirsch, Maggie Kent, David Kilstein, Caitlin McFarland. I think Caitlin wasn't here. Priya Nandi. Matthew Polumsky. I'm sorry, Polumsky. Sorry, Matthew. And finally, Mark Tenji. Congratulations to our top 10 in this year's graduating class. Congratulations. I'd like to just make one comment. I would like to congratulate all of our award winners this evening for all of your hard work and for doing an outstanding job in working towards recognition at our Academic Awards program. And finally, with this evening's closing remarks, Mr. Davis, our Vice Principal.
Author Robert Collier defines success as the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Often, small efforts go unnoticed or they're taken for granted. Tonight's award ceremony has afforded us the opportunity to recognize, honor, and celebrate those efforts that you put forth here at Central High School and are greatly appreciated. Be proud of what you've accomplished thus far, but also continue to challenge yourself to new levels. Congratulations to all our award recipients. This will conclude our program, and there'll be light refreshments in the lobby.